Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner or Jaylee's Corner Talk. I don't know which one. I'm going to put this review up, well, not this review, but this video up on. Y'all see, this is a special little conversation I wanted to have. There's been so much division and foolishness and just opinions and back and forth on these different housewife shows, just the different shows of reality that we all watch, and everyone has a different opinion. And I wanted to just get out how I felt on things because I'm like, man, look, it's sometimes too much. Okay. It's my thing is who's to blame for the division, okay, that is going on social media, that is going on in the comment sections of us reviewers content, that is going on even between the cast of these shows. Is it colorism? Is it some kind of racism? Is it classism? Is it just foolishness? Or is it just all a plot that Ty set up to come to us with the BS that it could be that too, okay? But y'all know first things first, make sure that you have subscribed to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Do not forget to also like this video, comments in the comment section. You can also share it on your social media by hitting the share button. It shares to the Twitter or Facebook. It's always greatly appreciated or whatever. Okay, you want to relax, to release, relax, relate, and release. Center yourself and everyone around you, and always inhale and exhale because here's the thing to do, okay? You also want to make sure to subscribe to my social medias. On IG, it is J_Lees_Corner. On Twitter, it's just JayLeesCorner, but y'all know to like and subscribe around here, okay? Hey y'all. So again, the comment section of most of the content creators on YouTube, our comment section on YouTube, our comment section even on our IG sometimes be a whole bunch hostile, okay, with back and forth this and that because everyone feels some kind of way. Mainly right now was based on the Housewives of Potomac, but I feel like this feeling has been going on and getting worse and worse and worse over the last, I would say 4 to 5 years. I do feel like when I was first reviewing shows, I started in 2017. It wasn't that bad reviewing the show. It was moments that we did not like, yes. We complained a little bit, yes. But now it's like every week there's a whole full-fledged debate, and I don't know why, okay? Now, the ladies who I want to kind of wrap into this whole thing, come from Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of Potomac. We also have some American Medicine women, also basketball wives. A lot of these things are interchangeable, okay? And while I feel like everyone is fully entitled, put up here. Everyone is fully entitled to their opinion, and I think that's where the disconnect comes in. Let's tackle the bias situation first, okay? So many people, even last season with Potomac, and even seasons of Basketball Wives before, and seasons of Housewives of Atlanta before, people like to call other people biased. Mainly it's because usually it's when that person happens to like or be, big enough or whatever, is usually someone that other person doesn't like, okay? No one ever tells someone who they like. If we both like apples, no one would tell the person who also likes apples, you're being biased. No, it usually comes because two people have a difference of opinion. And that's where it starts. Now, can some people be biased? Yes. What is my definition of bias to me? Bias means I am purposely shading or blaming one person who didn't do anything wrong. I'm ignoring something that somebody else did wrong, and I'm only blaming one person every single chance I get because I don't like that person. So I'm trying to be unfair to that person. And people have said that to me, girl, for Potomac show and another show I did from before. They would say that because the person who I liked, they didn't. Well, you only say that because you don't. That ain't what it is. Okay, that's not what it is. We have seen other commenters call other YouTubers biased. Okay, all of us have gotten it across the board. Now, for the Housewives of Potomac last season with that whole Monique and Kenneth thing, I wasn't on a panel, so I was not really debating people last season because it was just me, okay? It's different this year because this year I'm on a panel, so we have to discuss things. But as far as the commenters, I'm like, y'all need to kind of calm down, calm down. You can't blame YouTubers who are just content creators when we are giving you our opinion on a show. We are not journalists, okay? We like a show just like y'all. So I'm like, are the reviewers to blame for the situations going on these reality shows? Are y'all saying because of our reviews, other people feel the same way we do, or they feel differently than us? Is it our fault? I don't think it is. I don't. I do think fans in general, including myself, but not myself, I don't fuss back and forth on social media at all. But I have seen on Twitter people going back and forth, team so and so and team so and so and team so and so. I'm Team Jaylee. I'm Team Jaylee's Corner. I don't get paid to agree with anyone on social media as far as any TV show, whatever. That ain't what I get paid for. Us YouTubers, we're reviewing shows because we like the show. Our opinions are usually based on how we feel about the show. How I feel about a show would not be how someone else feels, and they have the right to their opinion. So people who come to the comment section try to kind of blame us like, y'all thinking it. No, we're not. We're just giving you our opinion, okay? So again, I don't think it's us, and sometimes it's not even the fans. Now, is it the cast? Is the cast the ones making things biased? Is the cast making people feel like they can only pick one side? The reason I more blame the cast than anyone else is because the cast likes to use the reviewers, the commenters, their fans who are on social media as reasons as to why someone should not like the other. Okay, last season people blamed Monique fans to go on that Candace and vice versa. Okay, in the past we've seen Nene and Kenya, we've seen Kenya and Portia, we've seen OG and Evelyn Lozada. Okay, we've seen Heavenly and Mariah. We've seen all these different women on these different shows go back and forth on the show, on social media, in interviews, on reunions, and the fans feed into it until it's a whole fucking frenzy. So for that reason, I feel like the main people who feed this so and so versus so and so is them. Okay, is them. And I seen people comparing the current situation with Candace, who is beefing with Mia right now this season. She's beef with somebody every single season, but whatever. And y'all know I don't like Candace. However, this season I attempted to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, okay, she did shit crazy. She's funny this season. Okay, it's a lighter Candace. She didn't learn her lesson from last season when she was fussing with Monique so much. Okay, let me not come in with that same fussing within myself. And in the beginning, I gave her the benefit of the doubt, even though I did not like her. If I was biased, I wouldn't have did that. Okay. If anybody who do like Candace can see the thing that she say and can't even say her mouth is reckless. And I think that's the big issue people have with the Candace and whoever be, because her mouth is reckless and her hands can't back it up. Now, no one is condoning fighting at all. However, anyone who cannot recognize everyone needs to be in control of their emotions, of their feelings, and of their actions. Okay, that includes your mouth. Candace cannot say on the show, watch your mouth while being reckless with hers. And I feel like my issue with Candace is she wants people to watch their mouth, but she won't watch hers. And no one is even saying, well, Lisa, me. I ain't saying that me is perfect at all. I don't mind the shade back and forth at all. I thought Candace called her a Jolly Green Giant Big Feet was funny. However, what came after that was Team Too Much. And sometimes people watch our reviews and they watch a portion of it. They'll watch the one part where we said something about somebody, but they haven't gotten to the other part. We said, oh, well, Mia should know or whatever. Okay. Even with let's go with Evelyn and OG. Okay. We know for a fact there was definitely some colorism on that show. Okay, there was definitely some back and forth bullshit between the people on Basketball Wives. And Some people felt like OG had no reason to feel like she was being singled out because she's darker skinned. But it's like, but she was. But the folks who didn't see that, that's your opinion on the show. But we then seen the cast take sides on one end or the other. So again, the cast feed the bullshit that some folks eat, and then the show gets more ratings. But what happens is people still fussing. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that doesn't make the show fun. Okay, so for me, that's when the racism comes in, because we have only these black shows with these black women, or black adjacent, who are fussing and fighting all the time and being labeled either angry black women. They're talking about colorism or whatever. But we have white shows or white adjacent women who are doing just as much fussing and fighting, and no one's calling colorism. So my question is it only colorism when it's black women who fight or who fuss, who have different skin tones? But if on the same network we have white women still fussing back and forth, but no one's saying, oh, it's colorism. If on Housewives of Beverly Hills, if lying ass Erica Jane is fussing with Sutton, no one's calling colorism because they're both white. But they're still fussing back and forth. They're still shading each other back and forth. Erica was still being aggressive as a white woman to another white woman. But, there's no colorism common theory because they're both white. But when black women are fighting and fussing, because we have different skin tones, is colorism. Y'all happen to be more... y'all want to call Candace to the carpet more because she's of a darker tone, but not Mia. And it's like, no, because some folks don't like Mia, even though she's lighter skinned. We can't stand Evelyn's ass. Okay, well, she's black adjacent. No, I think is she Puerto Rican? I don't know what she is. But again, it's some bull of the shit. Now with Nene, Kenya, and Portia, they're all around the same skin tone, but no one called colorism or racism or classism with that. Just three black women fussing. Why is it colorism based on the skin tones? Why? That's my question to y'all. Now with Heavenly and Mariah, they were always going back and forth, and people were comparing Heavenly's thing about your mama to Candace, saying your mama's broken, your mama's low budget, and this is the thing. This is why I see a difference in the Candace thing and Mia. And these two. Mariah's mama was on the show. Into the shit, okay? Mia's mama not really in the shit like that at all, for one. And for two, Mia's thing saying to Candace, your video she was low budget was something about Candace. Candace replied with something about her mama. And my thing be, and I stick to this, if I want to shade you, I want to shade you. Keep your shade to me. There's enough to go around. So leave that be. So for me, I thought the difference was as far as Heavenly, who always say your mama, and they still tell her that she's wrong, is that Mariah's mama was on the show being messy. Mariah's mama will be on social media being messy. So heavily referencing your mama. Her mama was into shit. Okay? Mia's mama wasn't. If Candace would have told her, you low budget bitch, okay, that's what, because she said something back about her. So my thing is, for me, for people here around me, don't come at my family. Come at me. If you come at me, we good. If you come at my family, we may have an issue. But that whole thing to me is like you're comparing apples and oranges to different situations. Not only that, they had issues. Mia's brand new to the show, and so many folks say, "Well, Candace carrying the show because if Candace wasn't beefing with them, what would she talk about?" Candace is at her most childish place when she's fussing with people. And I always feel like your mama is childish. And someone compared it to, I think it was Robin. Someone on Watch What Happens Live. It may not have been Robin, but they compared it to, when you're young and you're in grade school or whatever, you fussing. Your mama did, yeah, but we grown as women. We're grown women. And even the fact that so many people want to defend Candace simply because they don't like Mia, or they don't like Ashley, or they don't like Monique, or they are just happy to see someone getting at other people. And that's fine. But some folk, including myself, I am tired of seeing Black women fussing and fighting each time and no longer having fun shade. That's when I'm like, well, who's to blame for this shit? Is it us, the fans, who keep watching and cheering the shit on? Okay. Is it the reviewers who review the shit, which makes it more and more popular? Or is it still the cast who consistently feeds into the bullshit of it all? We know Haley is no longer on the show anymore. We know Nene left as well. But even the shade between Nene, Portia, and Kenya have been crazy over the years. We know for a fact that, Portia fought or drug or put her hands on and assaulted Kenya when Kenya kept antagonizing her with a bullhorn, with a scepter in her face. Again, you cannot be putting things in people's personal space because everyone has a snap button. And if you keep pressing it, everyone does not have the willpower to keep not letting you push them to the edge. Okay. And again, that doesn't mean the person is right who put their hands on someone, but we have to learn that a part of self-control includes you controlling yourself to get out my fucking face. Now, on social media, on my IG, I put up that Candace's mouth says things her hands can't defend. And someone commented saying, well, that means that person will have to go to jail. I got bail money, boo. Period. And then I'm like, my point is, it's not even about wanting to fight someone. Okay. My thing is, if you and me are fussing and fighting and arguing and you across the room, I ain't gonna touch you. We can fuss all day. Cool, cool, cool. The minute you come to me and you're in my space and we're arguing and I feel like, okay, she wanna fight. Because these are fighting words. These are fighting actions. I'm a swing. If you get too close, I'm gonna say, get out my face, back up. You do all these things are trigger word letting you know if you do not back out my space, I'm getting that ass because you have came to my space and now I feel threatened. Now I have to defend myself. So for me, it's self-defense. However, I'm not going to come up to you to fight you. That's the difference. People have to know you cannot be popping off in someone's face in their personal space. And if they're saying to you, back up, get out my face, go ahead on, and you don't move because you don't want to fight. If you don't want to fight because that's not what you do, if you want to verbally argue with me, fine. Do that shit from 10 feet away. Because if I can get to you, I'm going to get to you because you're too close to my space. And I have to defend myself because I don't know what your intentions are. Period. That's what I felt that happened with Monique and Candace. Now, was Candace the victim? No, she was not. Was Monique right in putting her hands on her? No, she was not. However, get out of my personal space. And I snapped off. And Monique said on the show that Candace did not deserve it. And she knew that after, going through it or whatever. But again, it's not simple. It's not a black and white thing. It's a lot of gray area. And if you can't live or see the gray area, that's on you. Everyone is not sitting around here like I'm just going to bark and bark and bark and not bite. No, if a dog is barking at me, I assume I'm finna get bit. So let me shoot the dog, or let me punch the dog in the face. Let me mush the dog, get out my face, dog. And then if you keep coming at me, okay, now you want to fight. So a part of telling someone to control themselves is also saying, control your mouth. That's my thing. So many people like to place blame and say it's the fans, it's the show, it's the reviewers, that we, the fans, the show, or the viewers are biased, that, we don't want to see things what they are. Everyone up here has played a role in everything. Fans have a right to like who they want to like. I have no issue with anyone who likes Candace, or who likes Ashley, or who likes Giselle, or who likes Robin. That's your opinion. That's fine. But I refuse to sit up here and debate with anyone based on my opinion. I also do not want to sit around and have to defend these people who don't pay my bills. So this is me letting y'all know, sometimes when y'all come to our pages and we're having these conversations about the show, y'all need to know you don't have to get so wound up because the fucking show was why you pissed off, not us. We didn't write the show. Y'all did not either. So sometime in the comment section between friends and between strangers, give a little grace and say, hey, that's their opinion. I have my own, okay? It's not colorism to me in every instant. Okay? Not in every instant. Not in every instant of a blacker girl. A black person, girl, fix your words. In every instance of someone of a dark complexion who's black, fussing with someone of a lighter complexion, that does not have to always be colorism if some folks side with one person or the other. Because people are siding with Candace, and she happens to be of the dark complexion, but some are siding with Mia. That's fine too. It's not colorism from the person judging it. That's not always a thing, and that really aggravates me that we put these stigmas blatantly on everything. The one part I feel like for sure there was colorism was on Basketball Wives. I really, really, really do. And even on Married to Medicine, more people didn't like Mariah, who happened to be of a lighter complexion. Some people liked Heavenly, who was a bit, a bit darker than her, for going at Mariah. They did. Some folks don't like Mia, and they enjoy her going at her. They enjoy her getting ridiculed by Candace based on a simple comment of your video. She was low budget, but it was low budget. That's not a bad thing at all. Just saying. Even with Nene, Portia, and Kenya, girl, the shade was always going back and forth. Even when Claudia Jordan was on there talking about Nene Anderson or whatever being ate up. That was was Claudia darker than Nene? I do think they're two different complexions, but again, there's been shade tossed around on these shows since forever. Since season one of Atlanta with Deshaun Snow and Lisa Wu and Punk Ass Kim and Nene and Sheree, there was shade being thrown then. However, for me, the shade went from being funny, shade, and now the shit is worse than that. Because some people, and I would say Candace, I would say Evelyn, even Heavenly, will go to the extra limit of being rude and disrespectful, saying shit, because you're now trying to hurt someone's feelings versus shade them a little bit. And that's why I say I'm sick and tired of the mean, disrespectful, trying to be hurtful shade, and not the fun, funny shade. And some people like the mean shade based on who's getting it. There's people out here right now who probably would love to talk shit about me because they don't like me. But some folks who love me will find what's said offensive. But I don't give no fuck. The same way to me, Mia don't be giving no fuck. Heavenly sometimes don't give no fuck. Portia gave no fucks either, if I believe. Nene didn't either, but Nene will also get mad too. But there's just levels to how I feel like people should realize sometimes enough is enough. And it doesn't mean, oh, now that Candace did it. Oh, now that Candace saying shit, now it's all too bad. It's like, no, it's been bad. It stopped being fun shade a while ago. I don't like Giselle. Giselle to me has fun shade. I think even her, I think Karen and Giselle's shadiness back and forth is a good point. Okay, I don't mind it. I'm not saying anyone can't say anything. You can't tease this, you can't tease that, but at least don't try to be mean-spirited with it. And Candace, to me, speaks with venom and not shade. That's the difference. Let me think of all the mean shit I could say, said in all one time, and that's me being shady. No, that's being a mean girl. But she learned it from her mama. I also feel like Heavenly learned how to be mean because how she said she was picked on when she was younger. And so she quick with it. You know what I'm saying? I think Evelyn Lozada is just it's also mean spirited to me. But again, you have to eventually say, hey, do I like this shit or do I not like it anymore? I'm tired of it. I want to get back to the fun shit. I don't want to have to fuss with commenters in my comment section. I don't want to have to avoid my comment section because people want to fuss with me about how they feel about the shit. Feel how you feel, but don't come at me, bruh. So again, who's bias? Is it us as reviewers? Is it y'all, the fans? Is it the TV show, the cast? It's all of us. All of us play a role in this, but we all have to realize how we cannot take this shit too serious. Because again, none of us are getting paid from the TV shows to be fussing all damn day. Okay? So I want to get that out. I hope no one felt attacked by this. I just wanted to be able to get my feelings out of my head and have a conversation. Because again, if you like Candace, that's fine. If you don't like her, like I don't, that's fine too. We don't have to fight and fuss. It does. You so wrong. You so loud and wrong. I'm like, bitch, no, I'm not. My opinion ain't wrong, and neither is yours. That's your opinion. So I just hope we can all, when we are watching these shows, when we are reviewing these shows, when the cast is recording these shows, each person think, you know what, let me kind of fuck down. Because it ain't that serious. It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because we all need to be a little bit more softer with shit. Okay? But anyway, that's all I have. I hope y'all enjoyed. I will talk to y'all later. I will probably have a review up later on today. I'm not sure. Do not forget this Thursday, the panel, the Ladies First panel is on Jamie's page. So make sure to come to in. But other than that, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Boom, boom, boom. Follow me on social media. Boom, boom, boom. Follow right here, all this stuff or whatever. But I will talk to y'all later. I will see you when I see you. Peace.